Okay, hello guys, how are you doing? I'm Osvaldo. Yeah, that will be me here once again. I'm sorry for you. And as you can see, it's kind of a humid day in Buenos Aires. This is the evidence of how humid the weather is today here, and it's killing me. But that's Buenos Aires. Okay, guys. So no, just kidding. First of all, I want to welcome you to our training for the material for 2019. For the material that we will be working on for Globant. And first of all, I just want to tell you that this is going to be a really, really, really crazy and intense year, and mostly because of what Globant wanted from us. They wanted something special, so they asked us to bring them something special, and this is just what we did. Um, the idea is that this year we are going to be working. We are going to work a little bit harder, but also we are going to have new tools that are going to help our work be a little bit more, not, I don't know, easier to do. So let's start. Let's get down to it, and let me share with you so we can start here. Okay, there you go. Here it is. Here you go. Okay, okay. Okay, no, no, this is not it. This, no, I don't like this. Sorry, sorry, sorry. No, I don't like that. I'm going to change. I'm sorry. These are the kind of things you will have to endure during your classes. So it's all about facing things with dignity. I'm hoping. Okay. There you go. Okay, good. Very well. Okay, guys, so the material for 2019 is going to be focused on transferable skills. Now, what? It's transferable skills. Okay, so we were thinking about something that students can actually use. So we were doing some online research, and we found this really interesting topic, and it refers to different sets of skills that no matter where you are in the company, no matter what your position is, you are always going to need this set of skills. So if you ever have a promotion, if you ever move, I don't know, within the company, or if you even go to another company, these are skills that you will take with you anywhere. So we found this to be like really, really appealing, and actually it's very dynamic. So that's why when we found this, it was like, oh God, really, we struck gold with this. Um, so then, okay, now I'm going to get down to the classes, to the core of the classes. You will be receiving, of course, the links with all the folders to the classes you will be assigned. You will also be assigned. You will also receive some links to rubrics. I will get to rubrics in a minute to explain what they are. And there, as you open your classes, you open each one of the slides. This is what you're going to see. Okay, so here we start. We have the introduction. You're going to see that our classes are going to be divided into two sessions, session A and session B. As usual, session A is where we're going to find like all the grammar that we will be working on in the class that we will be using, and also we are going to have like an introduction of the a brief discussion of the transferable skill we are going to be addressing in particular class. Okay, so we move on here with guides. So you're really familiar with them. Then we continue, and for this particular class, we are going to focus on receiving feedback. Okay. So then we move on. Here we have like the roadmap where you find out like the grammar for each one of the sessions, and also the skill we will be discussing. All year long, we will be talking about four different skills. They are basic skills, people skills, management skills, research and planning skills. They will be addressed from different points of view, but we are going to focus on these four main skills. So we will be like, I don't know, like breaking them into different pieces all throughout the year. Okay. So here we continue, and then we have the icebreaker, which is like the introduction to the topic, just to get some feedback from the students if they know anything about the topic. Remember here, for example, in this particular case, we have two questions, but You can bring more. If there is anything, another question that you might find pertinent that you could use in this case just to introduce the topic, just go for it. Okay. Then here we'll continue. We have the work lounge. This is where we will find like the content. We will find the videos, the readings with the different activities. As usual, and as I just said, no matter, I don't know, if you feel like you probably want to do something extra here, if you want to change it, but if it's related to the topic, go for it. If you want to expand on this, go for it. If you want to ask more questions, go for it. As long as you feel comfortable and students see the connection between what you're doing and what is happening here, just go for it, okay? So then here we will continue here, the work lounge once again. We continue with the topic, and then we move on to the grammar toolbox, where we are going to find like all the grammar concepts, grammar explanations. We will find charts, links, everything. Here we are talking about the simple past for the irregular verb. So we have like the different forms, all the grammar explanation that we need. And then we move on to the exercises. We have two different sets of exercises. First, we have like more guided practice, more like complete with the blank space, just to see if the students grasped the original, the real content or the grammar, if you want to say it. Okay, the grammar, anyways. So then we move on to a more open or more free practice. Here we take like the same information from the grammar, but we want to address it like from a different point of view, just to verify if the students were able to understand or not. So in this case, we have two different sets of free speaking exercises. So as usual, and this is again a recommendation, just feel free. If you feel that, oh, 3 exercises that not okay, probably this is way too much, okay, just take one out. If you think, no, I want to change, I don't like this one, I have this, and this one is better, I have used it in the past and it really worked for me, go for it. I mean, the classes, this is just like, I don't know, this is something for you just to start. If you want to use this will be enough. But if you want to modify it, just go for it, because you know your students and you know what works better for them. So probably some of these activities you have better options. So if that is the case, just go for it. Then we have here the do-it-yourself section. Remember, this is where students have, this is not homework, this is practice. Okay, this is not, okay, I'm going to go home and do all those damn links. No, that's not the idea. The idea is to tell them, okay, probably the student, I don't know, arrived late, or probably the student wasn't able to attend the class. So here at the beginning, he or she will find, they will find a video where a very practical explanation of the grammar topic. So they can see the video, they can watch the video, and then they can practice on their own. This is also very useful for students when you suggest to them, okay, guys, practice. Teacher, how do I know how to practice? Go to the links, do it yourself section. You are going to find plenty of practice there. Okay, so then we have, okay, we wrap up like our first session, the session A, with a question about what we have learned today, probably in terms of grammar, in terms of vocabulary, or the concept, the skill we were talking about. So we just wrap it up here. So technically, this is the end of session A. And here is also where I have one really important suggestion. As you know, some students probably, some students need more time to understand concepts. Some students need more time of practice. Some other groups are really fast. And technically, these classes are designed, just one set of slides is designed to last around 2 hours. 2 hours, probably a little bit more. So this is my suggestion to you. Don't stress out. Oh, I have to do this in 1 hour. No, sometimes actually, if you have a group that loves to talk, I mean, probably it will take you even longer. So that's not an issue. That's not a problem. If it takes you around 2 hours just to see the grammar. Why? Because probably you see that they are really struggling with the grammar, and you know that is a really key concept and that they really need to know it. just go for it, just expand, bring in more practice. So don't stress about, oh, you have to fit all this in into 1 hour. No, sometimes you just cannot do that. So if it takes you a little bit longer, don't worry, don't panic about that. Okay, so you can go on. Okay, so then we wrap it up, and then we come to the next class. So session B. Okay, we have it here again. You see the symbol, the tiny symbol here, the B, and then is where we talk about what is the most important thing we are going to do this year in our training. Um, Globant not only wanted us to provide something interesting for their students, but they also wanted to challenge their employees. They wanted to, I don't know if I can use the word here, but assess or test, or they just want to know that their students are really committed. So the idea of just letting students attend the classes and take a test at the end, it was not good enough for them. So they said, no, we need something more. We want something extra. We want students to be committed. We want students to be outside of their classes. We want them to be just continue. We want them to continue working, just continue practicing. So with all of this in mind, we were doing some research on pedagogy books and some witchcraft books, and we found something that some of you maybe have heard, and they are called portfolios. Now, what is portfolios? Portfolios are a very interesting assessment tool that is used for students to showcase their favorite pieces of work. So this is what we are going to do. We are going to have a portfolio per each one of our students. Now, so for example, for this cube, the first cube, we are going to be developing 8 different tasks. And the thing is, as you can see, per skill, sorry, we have 2 different tasks. For example, for basic skills, we have one task is going to be implementing an app for employees' use. The other task for that skill will be reporting difficulties in their teams or tasks. So what are they going to do? We are going to start our classes, class number 1, the grammar, blah, 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 exercises. Then we come to session 2. And in session 2, we are going to focus on the portfolio. In this particular case, let's see what do we have here. The one that we have here is the last one. So for our class, we are going to have a performance review simulation. This is going to be their task for this skill. So let's come here. Okay, so we come here. We just, at the beginning, we just, again, we elicit some information from our previous class, gather some things that to see if students are able to recall, blah, blah, blah. And this is also something that you're going to find very different. And if you worked with us last year, usually in session or class 1 and class 2, we have plenty of material. For this year, we are not going to be doing that. We are going to have most of the material for the first session, and for the second session, we want students to use the hour of the class mostly to work on their portfolios. Why? Even though we know that Globant wants students, they want students to work outside of the class, we have to be realistic. They are not going to do it. And if we leave the development of this portfolio just for them to do on their own, it's not going to happen, and it's going to be horrible for us. So that's why we decided that it's better to provide some guidance in the classroom. So the most of the portfolio of each one of the tasks will be done here in class. So for example, for the task, probably sometimes they will have to write something. For other tasks, they will be given options of recording a video, probably taking some pictures of something, describing, writing, recording a phone call. So they are going to be different tasks. So probably during the hour of the class, what are they going to do? If they have to write something with our help, the teacher's help, okay, we will provide them some feedback on their writing. We help them with the vocabulary. If they have questions, the same. If they have to record a video, We are going to be using most of the class just to help them just write down, like, for example, the script for their video. We will be helping them and asking questions, and just if we see that they are lost with the task, we can just try to, okay, get them back to the path where they have to go. So this is what we are going to do. So that's why in the second part of the class, in the second session, we probably many times we don't find a lot of videos or writings. No. So in this particular case, we have for this class, we have a self-review. So we have here a little bit of an introduction. What is a self-review? Why is it beneficial? Why do I have to do it? And then we go to the task of the portfolio. Here in this particular case, for example, here we have a link. So students are going to open the link here, and they are going to find a little bit of a questionnaire that they will have to answer in order to prepare a video where they have a self-review. So they are going to analyze the questions. So this is basically what we are going to be doing in the class. Students will have to choose some of these questions. They will have to answer them. They will have to write like a script, whatever, and then they will have to record the video. No, the thing is that students will be working just outside of the class, yeah, but we don't want to let them do all the work outside of the class. Why? Because many times we know that they are not going to do that. They're busy, they have meetings, different things. So in order to avoid like hard like headaches, so that's why we prefer to do most of the things here in the class. And if they have to record something, that is what they are going to be doing outside. They will record their video, they will do the final writing, they will take their pictures, whatever they do, that is the part they are going to be doing outside. Okay, so okay, here. So now, what is the deal here with the portfolio? So in this particular case, the person will have to record a short video doing this self-review. Here, let's go back a little moment here to the tasks. In this particular case, we'll see that during the whole module, students will be preparing 8 different tasks. But for the final portfolio, what are they going to do? They are going to turn in only 1 task per skill. So, for example, in this, for basic skills, implementing an app, so they have to design an app, and then they have to report difficulties in the projects. So they sit down, they did the 2 activities, but they will have the opportunity to sit down, analyze them again, and see them. Okay, which one did I do better? And they get to choose. So they say, okay, no, my app, oh man, no, that was a good one. That was a really, 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 really good one. So I'm going for this one. So that is the one they are going to choose. So at the end, as I told you, they will choose only 1 skill, only 1 task per skill. So at the end on the portfolio, at the end of the module, that they are going to show, like, I'm proud of this. These are my babies. They are going to be showing 4 of these 8 tasks. Now, the thing is, what do we do with, okay, so students, they do these beautiful videos, but what do I do? In order to help to make our job a little bit easier, with the links to the material, you will also be receiving a link to something that we call the rubrics. Rubrics are like it's like an assessment that we have, and this assessment we will have different rubrics. One for written activities, another one for oral activities, and at the end we have one also for the portfolio. So, and they have like different standards. Like, for example, I don't know, the portfolio follows all the requirements. 0, they don't follow. 2, some of the requirements. 3, most of the requirements. And 5, all of the requirements. So this is what we are going to use, these rubrics. Why do we need them? Because actually it helps our work become more subjective. Sometimes we have a problem because we have really nice students and they are really so nice and so funny, and sometimes they just pass the course because they were really nice, and sometimes like their attendance was the best, but and they managed to pass the test, but we know deep inside that actually it was more like a stroke of luck. But with these rubrics, that is not going to happen, because we will have four different activities that actually we are going to call them artifacts. We are going to have four different artifacts that to back up all the assessment that we have with the students. So it's very subjective. It's not only one instance, like at this moment we have only the final test. No, now we have the we have all the follow-up through all the module, but at the end we have this portfolio to showcase, okay, this is the student, this is what he or she knows, and here we have the rubrics to support all of this information. And actually when we show this rubrics idea, okay, this is not our idea, this is something that is already tested and used in many schools and universities all around the world. So when we show this idea to Globant, they really, 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 really loved it. So I have to be honest with you guys. At the beginning, it's a little bit hard because it takes time to get used to the idea. Every time you assess each one of the pieces of, I don't know, like a video, you will have to take the rubric, sit down and read it every time you watch a video. But after time passes by, you will see as you get more mechanical with this, it makes things so much easier. It makes our process so much easier and really, 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 really fast. But most importantly, it makes it more subjective. And this is what the company is looking for. They are not interested in just having students like babysitting in English class. No, they want students to attend our classes, they want them to be committed to their classes, and they want them to produce something. And this is the best tool that we could find in order to provide this for the company. Okay, so so you will be receiving all of their different rubrics, so you have time to see them, analyze them, and as I told you, each one of the students we have a portfolio. So probably also the idea is that all the information is there. So probably someone from human resources from Globant says, okay, guys, we want to see the portfolios. So they will just start just taking, okay, from different levels, different schedules, blah, 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 just to see what students are doing. So it's all about also for them to be creative, but this is mostly this is all up to them how creative they want to work on the design. Actually at this moment we are still polishing some details about how we are going to give form to the portfolio. We are not sure if it's going to be here like a Google presentation, or if we're going okay, okay, something is going on here. Sorry. I don't know what's going on. Sorry about this. Sorry about this. It just stopped. Okay. No, I already did this. God, it's the heat. You see my forehead? God, I'm melting here. It's so hot. I think it's the heat. Okay, sorry. Okay, guys. So here we go. Okay, so we're done. Everything is beautiful. So they go, they record their videos, we provide feedback, and then we continue. And in order, just also at the end of the class, we also have, as you know, like the break area where we are going to have like different activities, games, things just that are not connected at all with the class, like grammar, no, nothing. It's just more for students to have fun. Okay. Also remember that in some of the classes we are going to have the pronunciation class, and the slides for the pronunciation class will be attached at the end of the slide. So in this case, for example, we are going to work on the short I sound. Sit, blah, 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 blah. So we do everything here, we do the exercises, and that will be our class. So probably in this case, for example, this whole class, it'll take, I would just to guess, around like 3 hours, more or less, because we have a rather dense topic, which is irregular verbs. On top of that, we have the pronunciation. So this will take you seriously around like 3 hours, more or less. And on top of that, probably if the students they had a lot of questions about the video they have to do for the portfolio. So give or take like 3 hours, 3 hours and a half, maybe even 4 hours, depending on the group. Okay. Okay. So now let's come here. Okay. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. God, it's hot. God, oh my God, in my hair, it looks horrible. I need to get this done, fixed before our classes start. Okay, guys. So no, so that was just kind of an introduction, like a description of the program for this 2019. So remember, just if you have any question, anything, any doubt, whatever, you can send it to Eugenia, and we will get back to you if something was not clear about the content, about the structure of the class, or probably about the portfolio, whatever you want. Just write down your questions, send them to Eugenia, and we will find a way to get back to you. Okay? So no, oh God, how long was this? I have no idea. So I don't know. No, that's going to be everything for today, guys. So thank you so much for having the patience of bearing with me again, and best of luck with your classes. And remember, if you have any question, if there is anything that you need to let us know, just send us an email. Okay. Okay, bye. Thank you so much, and so see you around. Okay, bye bye.